Howdy, folks. It is DIECAST Buffet here again. What a crazy finish to the Bristol Dirt Race. This one is going to be replayed for a long, long time. Very reminiscent of Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven, Darlington 03. Chase Briscoe goes for it, takes out Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Busch wins the Bristol Dirt Race on Easter in the M&M's car. Wow. That is going to be one of the coolest race version Kyle Busch cars ever. It's his first win in the next gen era, right? Or Gen 7. And then you think about it's the first and only win with the Cookie Camry so far, so that's going to be another thing. And it's a Bristol raced version with the dirt. It's going to be a pre-order. You're not going to want to miss out with that one. Most likely a 164 to get made. Hopefully it does. Anyways, you can go ahead and pre-order that 124 scale diecast over there at Circle B Diecast. Use the promo code DIECASTBuffet on any orders $20 or more, and you'll get free shipping. So let's go ahead and hop into this very long endurance race known as the Bristol Night Race. Holy cow, man. Talk about a night and day difference, literally, compared to last year's dirt race. You know, the first half of the Bristol dirt race last year was fantastic, but when they went to the single file racing, it was pretty bad. They stayed double wide the entire night. It was amazing. Outside, middle, bottom, slide jobs. This is incredibly good racing. I know there's a lot of different opinions about Bristol dirt. Personally, if you ask me, I think we should have 3 races at Bristol. I think we should have, maybe we should have, kind of the August or maybe late July Bristol night race date that we used to have. And perhaps have another Bristol race late in the playoffs. I would be open for that. I think that would be kind of different because I do like the idea of 2 concrete Bristol races. But the Bristol dirt race to me is fantastic. It does need the state. It doesn't need to go to North Wilkesboro. It doesn't need to go somewhere else. I would be open maybe to Eldora, but I tell you what, it was fantastic. The track difference was incredible compared to last year. Obviously, running it at night was a huge difference because of the dust, the track mixture, the extra banking, and I think the cars itself. I just think the way these cars are built, they just run so much better on this track surface. And it's really cool to me, like, the next gen car, when it has a lot of ground clearance, it looks a lot like a rallycross car, which is really interesting. The big wheels and the kind of just the very modern stagger look of the shells of these cars look very, very nice. But anyways, Kyle Busch steals the win. I picked Tyler Reddick to win this race too, and he was like a car length away of getting his first career win. I picked Cindric to win the Daytona 500. He won that. I picked Suarez to win at Coda. Of course, his teammate got his first career win, so that doesn't really count, but it was still cool to pick Trackhouse's first win when they were going to win. I picked Reddick because his car was really, really good in practice and, of course, in the qualifying races. The other guy I was going to pick would probably be Kyle Larson, and at the first part of the race, he was really stout. But I just thought this whole race was incredible. I got to give props for them actually not canceling the race, not calling it early to make sure they got all 250 laps in. I thought they were done after the first rain delay at the halfway point or, into stage 2. I thought Briscoe was going to win it. I thought it was already over. Somehow, some way, they didn't call it. They got the track regrooved, ready to go. And, of course, they had a little bit of a rain delay, which is really odd when you have less than, 50 laps to go, or in this case, 30 laps to go, to have a little bit of a lengthy rain delay and to get the race restarted. That is very unusual. I mean, to put it in comparison, 30 laps at Bristol is probably about 50, maybe almost 55 laps out of Kansas or something. Generally, if you've already fought through some rain delays and track conditions, generally they just say, okay, enough's enough. I have to give them props for, just trying everything they possibly can to get this race in. I tell you what, though, I love the Bristol Dirt Race. I thought it was, if you thought last year's was good, you're going to love this year's. Fantastic racing, guys. And I'll give Tyler Reddick a lot of props. He could have handled that in so many different ways. You're like literally a car length away winning your first ever Cup Series race. And you see Kyle Busch just go on by. I mean, Rowdy Busch is probably already thinking about how they're going to work at Talladega, what they're going to do to their car, how they're not going to end up in a catch fence like everyone else in the field. And he just steals the win. Very reminiscent of Ryan Blaney at the Roval in 2018 when Truex and Jimmy Johnson kind of did the Watusi, and he ended up winning that one. But nonetheless, though, a surprise winner for a future Hall of Fame driver there. But Tyler Reddick's going to win. He's going to win Cup races. I'm telling you, he's one of the best talents out there out of the young crop of drivers. Now, my honest opinion, did Chase Briscoe step in a line to do that? Not at all. I would have done the same thing. I have no problem with drivers going for it. Look, they race, they've raced their entire lives to get to the Cup Series, and you're right there. You're so close. Final lap, final corner. Go for the win. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do everything in my power possible to win a race than go back to the shop on Monday and say, maybe I could have roughed him up. I'm a huge Jeff Burton fan, but Jeff Burton was perfectly fine running second. That's not me. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Very reminiscent of the 2007 Bristol race when Jeff Burton ran second to Kyle Busch. There was numerous times Burton could have moved Kyle up the track and he would have won back-to-back spring races because he won it in 08, and of course he would have won it in 07. He's always, perfect with finishing second. And I like to see how the next generation of drivers, the aggression, we see it in the Truck Series, we see it in the Xfinity Series, and obviously this season we have seen it in the Cup Series. So make sure to comment down below. Was Chase Briscoe's move justified? I think it was, absolutely. It don't matter who it was. I think you're going for the win. It's final corner. And truth be told, Tyler Reddick still finished second. He's going to be in the playoffs most likely based on points. I mean, think about it. He almost won Phoenix. He should have won Fontana. He had the best car. He really should have won this race. But, that's it's never over until it's over. And there has been so many moments in the sport where a driver takes the white flag and he might not even, he might crash on the back straightaway. So it definitely a historic moment for the Bristol night race, dirt race, whatever they want to coin it as nowadays. Hope it comes back next year. I think it'd be fantastic. But if I did anything different, I do think they should remove the windshields on the cars and add some wire meshing. That's what all the drivers have been talking about. They really want wire mesh front windscreens. And I think that would help a lot with the visibility on restarts and everything. And I think they should have some sort of a new front grill plate or something to, not restrict the airflow with all the dirt and the mud built up. Obviously, they could just, go down pit road after a 15-lap stint, clean everything up, and the track's good. But when you have consistent moisture from the rain showers and between stages, there is a little bit of a difficult aspect to that. But nonetheless, guys, Kyle Busch, out of all people, freaking wins the Bristol Dirt Race. Awesome-looking paint scheme. It's one of my favorite Kyle Busch cars ever, the Cookie M&M's Toyota Camry. So it's pretty cool to see that one finally get a victory. He's won a Cup Series race. Get this. In every full-time season. Pretty cool stuff. Kyle Busch has been racing since, let's see, he was part-time in 04 because he was replacing Terry Labonte. And I believe he was actually supposed to run the Homestead race in 03. And if that was the case, he would be he'd be one of a very small handful of drivers to be from the Winston Cup era if he would have indeed ran that final race in 03. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching again. Of course, make sure to go pre-order a Kyle Busch Bristol raced version car. It's going to be so much better than the Joey Logano one from last year. I think there's more damage, more detail to it. But nonetheless, Gen 7 Bristol dirt racing. It's crazy to me how they can have a race car that's, pretty much the same. Obviously they adjust different things. But a car that can run a super speedway, a road course, short track, dirt racing, it doesn't really matter. It can do everything. Gen 7 is definitely one of the best eras we have seen in terms of the generations. Gen 5 was good. Gen 6 was probably regarded as one of the worst, but it's really cool to see Gen 7 racing. But yeah, I picked Tyler Reddick to win. Unfortunately, he got second. Thank you all again for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day out there, guys. Diecast Buffet